Hi, I'm a Blisy. Hey everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG abuse stationary Pokemon in Black and White 1 or Black and White 2. There's a few things you got to understand before you get underway with the stationary abuse. So I do think it is by far the easiest RNG abuse you can do, and I think it's the one I recommend starting with, personally. So you can use this to get shiny, perfect statted legendaries easily, but it also works with regular stationaries who aren't considered legendaries like Volcarona or that automatically shiny Haxorus that you can get in Black and White 2. It works with stuff like that. So you have to save in front of the stationary or the activation zone before you load up the game. So what that means is, like, most stationary Pokemon, I'd say you press A to encounter them. Like, just off the top of my head, any of the three, like Virizion or Landorus or Terrakion or Cobalion, you save right in front of them and you just hit A. That's fine. But certain Pokemon, like in Black and White 2, Latios or Latias, there's actually, you take one step forward and then the Pokemon spawns. So that's considered a stationary. So you have to figure out what the activation zone is for each Pokemon. I'll try my best to answer the questions in the comments for that. Basically, the only thing that wouldn't encompass a stationary Pokemon that you might think would be Tornadus or Thundurus. Those are RNGing roamers is completely different, and I'll go over that in a different video. Yeah. Okay, so once you saved in front of the stationary Pokemon, you're going to want to open up RNG Reporter and click the Time Finder option, and then 5th generation Time Finder. This window is where you search for seeds and times to find your Pokemon. So select the profile. I have a bunch, so click the one you want. And in profile, just make sure if you want a shiny, you have your secret ID and you have your regular ID. From there, the other option is key presses. This is what buttons you hold down when you're turning your DS on. Selecting all of them gives you the most available options to search through. Selecting less makes the search quicker, but you might not find anything. So that's up to you. If you're going for a shiny, I definitely say click all 4 options. So from here, you're going to want to select your spread. I want a perfect attacking Landorus with an adamant nature. So just select all the 31s in the nature. And I want to search for a shiny. This is just how many times you have to do the PID advances with the chatters. So I'd leave it at around 300 for shinies. If you don't want a shiny, just uncheck it. This is where you select the date. So I want 2016 and pick all the months. Since you're going to be searching, just click all the months. From there, you click standard seed. It's already selected, and since it's the stationary, you want stationary Pokemon. From there, you just click generate, and this takes a while because I'm looking through all the months in a year, and I'm looking for none, 1, and 2, and 3 key presses. So I'll meet you back when I have finished the search. So now that you have a few seeds to choose from, you're going to want to look at them to see which is right for you. Required lead is which lead you need. So synchronized means you need a Pokemon with the nature that you want to catch that opposing Pokemon at and the ability to synchronize. So I'll be bringing an Adamant LGM with the ability to synchronize, and it's my lead in my party. None means you don't need a special lead, and Cute Charm I won't go into right now. Shiny Frame is the frame that the Pokemon is at. You need to do a certain number of advances to get to. I'll explain that in a bit. If you're not going for a shiny, it'll just say frame. Then it lists the nature your Pokemon is, what stats it has, what hidden power it has, and the gender ratio if that applies. Here's the date and time. That's when you have to turn your DS on. We'll edit the DS clock. And those are the key presses you have to hold down. So I have to hold down left and down when I boot my game up. Hold down whatever buttons it says when you boot your game up, and if it says none, you hold no buttons. So right click here and copy seed to clipboard, and go to the main window in RNG Reporter. So in here there's a few things. You're going to want to click the method and click Gen 5 PID RNG. Then you're going to want to paste your seed in this box, and click check if you have the roamer released or not. I have him released, obviously, since I'm going for Landorus. Encounter type is stationary, and then you click calculate initial PID frame, which mine is 47, and then you click generate. So as you can see, RNG Reporter told me my frame was 74, and I start at frame 47. So how do I get there? By listening to Chadots. So when I turn the game on, I go into the menu, and I listen to Chadot, that pitch will be low, and then I listen to Chadot again, it'll be another low, but like slightly higher, and so on and so forth. Yours will be different, and it'll be different every time you want a different Pokemon, but basically, every time I listen to Chadot once, it goes forward one frame. So it'll go from 47 to 48 to 49 until I'm at 74, and then I catch the Pokemon. So now we have to go check what time, and I change the DS clock. So I picked the frame and the seed that I did because it had the lowest frame. My options were a 74, like 100 something, and 200 something, which is just essentially how many times you have to listen to Chadot. So I always pick the lowest option available. The last thing we need to do is open up EonTimer and put the seconds time down. I have 18 seconds. You hit start on EonTimer at the same time you hit the A button to confirm your time on your DS and reboot your DS. So I have to hold left and down, so I'm going to hold them now and wait for EonTimer to hit 0. So I hold these buttons down until the Game Freak logo appears. Again, you hold whatever buttons you have down, or you don't hold any buttons down if it said none. There's the logo. Now you can just start mashing through. And don't turn the C gear on, and you're going to go straight into your Pokemon menu and go right to the Chadot. So this is how you figured out if you did everything right or not. So go here. Chadot's pitch here should match up with what the RNG Reporter profile says. So you can see low, then another low, then a high, and you can hear its pitch changing. So you keep listening to it until you're the frame before the one you want. So I have to keep listening to it until I'm at the pitch for 73 because I want frame 74. And obviously you do this for whatever frame you're trying to get to. So that's 73. I stop and I talk to the Landorus I want. Now, if your pitches don't line up, chances are you did something wrong. I'll probably make a separate guide on how to find adjacent seeds to see which one you potentially hit. Basically, if you hit the wrong one, just keep at it a few tries. And sometimes it may have a different starting frame because if there's roaming NPCs near the legendary or stationary you want, they mess up which frame you start on. So just look around a little bit, give it a few tries, you'll probably get it. It's nothing too difficult. So as you saw, my Landorus was shiny. That's the one I wanted. If you're not going for a shiny, the best way to confirm it, I would say, is to go to the guy in Gear Station. He'll tell you the IVs of your Pokemon. And you can also use the hidden power checker if you were going for a hidden power. So I'm going to fly over to Gear Station, get my Landorus, and show you how to confirm if you didn't. Alright. So now we're in Nimbasa, go to Gear Station, big building in the middle, and you just talk to this guy right here. He calls himself the Judge right at the beginning. Make sure to check your Pokemon's nature to make sure you got the right nature before you talk to him, because if you have all the right stats and the wrong nature, that would suck. So there you go. As you can see, 5 perfect stats like I wanted, and he has an adamant nature. Thank you guys for watching. Post any comments, post any question you have in the comments, and thanks for watching.